Hi, this is Beth Secord, and I will be your instructor this semester for critical thinking. Before we start the official lectures for the course, I'd like to give you a few tips about doing well in an online course. Now, if you've taken an online course and been successful, then I think you already know what to do, but it wouldn't hurt to have a refresher. And for those of you who have not taken an online course, this would be good to listen to and take some notes. So welcome to Critical Thinking. I'm Dr. Beth Secord. I teach here at the College of Southern Nevada and also at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So taking an online course, there are both upsides and downsides to taking a course online. Let's start with the downsides. First, a lot of students sign up for an online course because they believe it will be easier than taking a traditional course on the ground. But this isn't necessarily true. In fact, more students tend to fail online courses than in-person classes. So students tend to do worse in online courses than in-person classes. And that's for a variety of reasons. So expect to spend as much time or more time as you would spend in a normal class. So you're going to spend just as much time reading, just as much time listening to lectures and taking notes, and just as much time studying and doing homework. Perhaps students don't do as well in online courses because they just don't spend as much time because of the expectation that it's easier. They just don't put in the time reading, taking notes, or studying. So take notes, study, spend the time that you would in an online course, and you're halfway there. Another reason that doing a course online may be harder and not as easy as taking a traditional course in person is that there's not as much contact with the professor or other students. So obviously you're not going into a classroom. There are not other students there to talk with about the material. You don't get to listen to other students' questions. And you also don't have the professor to interrupt. You can't raise your hand and ask me to repeat something in a different way. I'm here, you're watching me on a screen, and I'm chattering on and on. So there's not that back and forth communication. In addition, you won't have me there to remind you of upcoming deadlines. So if you take a traditional course with me on the ground at UNLV or the College of Southern Nevada, I write up the deadlines and I remind you that there's a midterm coming up in 2 weeks, then 1 week, and then the next class session. I remind you about your reading assignments. You don't have that in an online course. The only reminders you will get are the reminders that the computer program Canvas will generate for you in your little calendar section in the right-hand column, which is very handy. Canvas, as we'll see later in a different lecture, I'll tell you all about Canvas. And Canvas has a little section where it will give you all the upcoming deadlines for this course and your other courses. But you don't have me there giving you those extra reminders. So some students just forget to turn in assignments. Another reason, a downside of taking an online course, is that recorded lectures can be harder to follow than in-person lectures, mainly because there's not that back and forth communication, and they tend to be more boring because we don't stop and tell jokes, and you don't have to get to hear the stories that the other students tell. I'm just going through my outline, going through the material quickly and efficiently, and that can tend to be more boring. Okay, so those are some of the downsides. Of course, there are upsides to taking an online course, and that's probably what you were thinking about, and that's why you signed up for this online course. First of all, and most importantly, there's more flexibility. So, of course, in an online course, you can sit down, you can listen to this lecture whenever it is convenient for you. So if your best working time is between 2 and 3 in the morning when you get off work, and you concentrate best then, you're most awake then, and that's when you can do your work. So there's more flexibility. Another upside to taking an online course is you can pause this lecture whenever you want. Pause to catch up in your note-taking. You can rewind and listen to a section again if your mind wandered. That's absolutely something you can't do in class, and sometimes I'm tempted to do that. tell the lecturer, hey, can you just repeat that again exactly? Can I rewind you? You can't rewind a person in person, but you can rewind me on your computer. You can work at your own pace. So if you just want to get through the material and you work really fast, you can do that. Or you can re-listen to lectures, you can pause, you can take more time with one module, or you can do one module extra fast. So you can work at your own pace. And finally, you can take this class in your pajamas. Okay, so technical requirements. So this is kind of obvious, but you will need a computer and a reliable computer and a reliable internet connection for this course. Please make sure you don't have one of those internet connections that's always going out, because the tests, the quizzes are timed and you can't retake them. So you'll have 20 minutes to do a 5-question multiple choice quiz. Make sure that your computer's not crashing. Make sure that your internet is working. So I would be sure to have also a backup computer or a backup plan. So suppose your computer crashes halfway through the class. What are you going to do? Make sure that you have, a sibling's computer you can borrow, or you could use the computer in the computer lab at CSN to finish up the course. So make sure you have a reliable computer and an internet connection. Also, get your software up to date. So actually, when I was recording a previous version of this, my computer popped up with, oh, you gotta update your software, and interrupted my whole lecture. I had to start over. So make sure that doesn't happen to you. Update your software. Another warning, your phones don't work well with Canvas. So I've noticed some students say, hey, my phone is giving me the wrong grade, or I'm not getting this on my phone or that. Some phones sync with Canvas and some don't. They're just not reliable. So don't plan to take this course with your phone. Phones don't do very well. You need a personal computer to do this course. And take care of your technical difficulties right away. Get in touch with the help desk, the IT help desk at CSN, and they can help you get connected to Canvas, get your password squared away. So make sure you can log on and off of Canvas, that your computer is up to date, that the software is up to date. Okay, and then call CSN IT with technical difficulties early. Don't wait until an hour before your journal assignment is due to figure out technical difficulties. Okay, so how to do well in this course? You do well in this course the way that you would do well in any other course. So a tip is do not multitask while you're working on this class. So students tend to do this also in traditional classes, on-the-ground classes. I'll see students texting in class. I'll see students playing solitaire or doing online shopping in class. You may think that you can shop online and listen to a lecture on critical thinking, but studies show that you actually do not do well this way. So students do not retain the information when they're multitasking. So put your phone away and other distractions while you're watching these videos. So when you're at home, it would be even more tempting to fold the laundry and watch the lecture, do Facebook and watch this lecture, take a bath and watch this lecture. Anyway, focus on the material. Also, you need to do the reading. While you're listening to the lecture, take careful notes. So just as you would in class, take notes while you're listening to the lecture. Studies show that writing out notes in longhand helps you remember and retain information better than typing them or not taking notes at all. Another point is you need to do the reading. This goes without saying. You should do the assigned readings. Also, keep an eye out for the due dates. So all the due dates will be listed on Canvas. Some students may, decide to not log in to Canvas for a month or so with their online class. If you just check out for a few weeks or a month and you miss a bunch of assignments and you get zeros for those assignments, that will really impact your grade negatively. So keep up with the class, keep checking in. you need to go to class. You need to do this class consistently. Okay, grades. Don't skip assignments. Make sure you do all the assignments. Zeros really hurt your grades. If you get an F on an assignment, you still get 50 points. So that's 50 more points than not doing the assignment at all. So 50% is better than 0%. Do all the readings, quizzes, journals, and midterms. Your grades will be posted on Canvas as we go along. So you'll be able to see in the grade section of Canvas how you're doing as you go. So in our next lecture, I'm going to give you a little introduction to Canvas. I'll show you how the course is laid out and how to navigate this course.